Hello, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and today I'm finally going to get started on my cover of my sewing journal that I'm doing for my friend. And I'm going to start with this as my base. This is an A4 envelope, it's quite thin. I have used one of these before. I got the idea from Gail because she uses these envelopes quite a lot, and it makes a nice soft cover, and it's about the right size. So I'm going to do this, and first of all, I'm going to start with the inside of the cover rather than the outside, which is where you'd normally expect someone to start. And this is based on an idea I got from Rachel, Roxy Creations. I've seen her do this a couple of times, just as a collage on book page, but I thought it would make quite a nice inside for my journal cover. So I'm going to start off with just doing some collaging across the whole envelope, and I've pulled out a variety of bits and pieces to do this with, fairly neutral. A bit of book page, another bit of book page which has a bit of a sewing connection to it, odd scraps of coffee dyed paper. These are some digitals that I did for myself, which are sort of lace, but using lace. There's a bit of paper from the sewing magazine that I've used, and then there's a little bit of coffee dyed paper. This is one that went wrong. I tried to print something off on it and it all ran, so I thought I'd just use the other side of that, bit of that. And then I've got a few digitals from the coffee dyed or TT dyed digitals. I've got a mixture of Roxy Creations and Artie May's digitals. They've both done rather nice kits that you can buy and download, so I've got a few pages from that. So I want to make it a fairly neutral background, but just with a few odd bits, you know, to give it a bit of interest. And then when I've covered it all, my idea is, this is the idea I got from Rachel, is I've got this pattern paper, and I thought I could cover the whole thing with that, which sticks with my theme and also gives it a little bit of a nice finish. And I'm going to cover the all the collage with this paper. I've already cut it to more or less to size, not completely obviously. I'm going to trim it afterwards. I couldn't do that on camera, cutting it down, because it was so huge, this piece of paper, that I had to take everything off my desk just to be able to cut it. So I wouldn't have been able to have my tripod or anything on my table. So I've had to cut it down ahead of time. I've got a couple of pieces in case it all goes horribly wrong and I have to start again, which I hope I won't. So first of all, I'm going to start with doing just this bit of collage, and I'm just going to be just tearing off pieces of these sort of neutral scraps, and the usual collaging thing that, you know, everybody does the same thing. Hopefully this won't be too boring to watch, but that's what I want to do to start off and create a little bit of interest in the background. Just a few little bits of stuff showing through, because the pattern paper, it's because it's got a bit of colour, it won't be completely transparent, but it has got, obviously it is fairly transparent. And I think what I want to do, I'm hoping this will work, is just have it just slightly to outside the edges of this, so that I can wrap it around the sides of the envelope, which will give it a little bit more strength and also just cover up the edges a bit. That's my plan. Who knows how it'll work out? I've not done it before, so like with a lot of these things, it's just a bit of trial and error. And so a bit more. I like this one because I wanted some that's not got too much pattern on it. There we go. Do something like that, because then we can, and I have an idea that I might do a little bit of stamping on there as well. I don't know. I have lots of ideas, I just don't know if they'll work out. It might all look a bit too busy afterwards, but then it'll all get turned down by the pattern paper. So we will see how it all turns out. It's all a bit of an experiment, but why not? It's only paper. And if it all goes horribly wrong, well, then I can just start again. Off camera, obviously. Won't do it again on camera, because that would just be daft and be far too boring to watch. and then I'll just have to show the end result. So what else do we have? We have a bit of lacy stuff, a little bit of lace. I do. There we are. And I just also scanned the lace with on the backing of a piece of coffee dyed paper. So because if you just do it straight on the scanner, it just doesn't read it properly. What have I done with? Oh, there it is. Everything just gets buried after a few minutes, doesn't it? Yeah. So my husband and I have just come back from a beautiful week up in North Yorkshire. We stayed in a little converted barn, just a beautiful little spot in a lovely at the head of a valley, or along the top, looking over a valley, and it was really. We were so lucky with the weather. The weather's been all over the place this summer, but we were lucky enough to pick a week when the weather has been beautiful here. Obviously, by the time this airs, because I'm filming quite well ahead, I'm sure the weather will have completely gone to pot. Oh, I'm sticking to my. Perhaps I better fold these over straight away. Yeah, so we were really lucky. It was a beautiful week. We had one day that was a bit misty and a bit chilly, but the rest of the time it was glorious sunshine, much better than we could have possibly hoped. And it was absolutely wonderful. The scenery up there was just stunning. Because like many people, we've already had to cancel a couple of holidays early in the year. So it was really nice to get away at last, even just for a week. A week's always enough for me. I'm always ready to come home after a week. I miss my craft room too much. But yeah, and actually my first video, just to sort of explain, that was starting my videos again, actually aired while we were there, only last week. So, and I had a lovely message from a subscriber to say she'd missed me and welcoming me back, and that was so lovely, because I really had no idea whether anybody would even watch my video when I was saying I was coming back. And so I really appreciated, and Karen, if you're watching this video, I really appreciated your message, and it meant a lot to me. Yeah, it was really nice to feel that somebody, and there was a few people watched the video, which was nice. It was encouraging. I'm going to try and get rid of the green. I think I don't really want any colour showing through on this. Just randomly tearing up. Oops. Right, I'll just get my tear ruler. Get rid of this bit of green. I think that's not really going to look quite right. And that bit. I'll get rid of that as well. Put that there, I think. It only just fits. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so that was lovely. It's nice to get back, and we've still got a bit of sunshine for the last couple of days. It's all about to change. So I'm just able to enjoy our last bit of autumn sunshine, early autumn sunshine, and then it's all going to change. In fact, I think a lot of things are going to change. I think the virus is increasing in this country, so we are going to be probably having to stay in a lot more once again. I don't think they're going to be wanting to do a full lockdown, but I think it will be possibly a semi-lockdown or short-term one or something. I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't really have any great need to go out too much anyway. It doesn't affect me a huge amount unless I can't see my family, which is possibly the case. We won't be able to see possibly won't be able to see the family for a little while. I don't know what they're going to do. They haven't told us yet, but that's always the hardest part for many of us, isn't it? That we can't see our families. I can manage without going to the shops. I can manage without going to the pub or restaurants, all of that. I'm quite happy not to do those things, but not being able to see our families, that is the hardest part for everybody. But that may be what the price we have to pay to keep everybody safe. Okay, just fold this under before it all starts sticking to the mat. Ugh, there we go. Right, it's coming along. What else have we got? A little bit of the book page. Oh, look at that. It's actually all about sort of a bit of a sewing anyway. So I think I'll have a bit of that. It's like a bit of pattern. I think I might just tear that off. Don't really want the words though. I might just do it in smaller sections. Put that down here. There. Trouble with these, doing this collaging, you get so gluey. But never mind. Right. Okay. I'll put this bit. I don't want too much writing or other detail. I'll put that there. And what else we got? Got this piece here. Maybe I'll put that along here. Then I can tuck all the... Oh, maybe do it that way. Okay. Which side do I like? Oh, just an odd scrap that I found. A lot of the scraps I've got of the coffee dyed paper in my little folder is just too small to use as a collage. Lots of pieces that are just perfect for hinges and things like that, lots of narrow strips, but I didn't really have a lot of sizable pieces. I seem to have used a lot of them already for something or other. That's about the only bit I could find that was just plain. That's okay. There we go. And fold this over again. While the glue is still wet. There we go. Getting there. Not too much more to put on there now. Right, what else can we find? This is a nice piece of paper. I like this doily effect. I think this might be one of Rachel's. Yep. Okay, that will go nicely there. Okay. Oop. Okay. Oh, it's a bit lumpy. Okay. That up there. And I think I just need to fold this piece over first. And I think I might just take that off a bit, because otherwise it's going to be far too bulky on that corner. Alright, and what else have I got? I'll use that in a moment. Let's see. I've used that a couple of times. What else? Oh, a bit more lace. I haven't got any. A little bit more lacy stuff. This is a pretty one. I'll put that down the side. There. Okay, so one more piece there. That's it, and then I need just one nice big piece there. And then I'll add a little bit of a few extra bits on top, just to make it more interesting. And then we're nearly there. Then we're to get to the scary bit of trying to put that pattern paper on. That's the bit that makes me nervous. Rachel does it it makes it look so easy just to put that on top. We will see. We will see how easy that is. Now let's put this piece on. Whoop. Okay. Okay. Lost my card. Got another one. Okay. All right. Everything's so gluey. Ooh, even my fingers are sticking to each other now. Can't get rid of that bit off my hand. There we go. Right. Didn't give myself a lot to fold over here, did I? Never mind, I don't really need, doesn't need to be a lot, it just to give it that edge, bit of finish on the edge. Okay. And possibly one last piece in the middle. My other tear ruler to give it a bit more torn edge. Go there. And that can go there. Okay, over there, that'll be fine. Right. I don't want the writing, so I'm going to glue it on that side. Okay. Oop. Okay. Put that one from the moment. I've lost the other card. There it is. Right, so that's my envelope covered. Now I was going to possibly add a few extra little touches. I've got some of these ads that I cut out of the magazine. I just thought would be quite nice just to kind of poke through the pattern paper. So I'm going to just put a couple of those on. Oop. Here's my glue. Not much glue left. I need a new one in a minute. Okay. This one's a little bigger than I want. How about a little bit of this? It's quite so nice. The house on it's like the pattern for an embroidered pattern for a house. Right, so I'm just going to put that on. Oop. I'm going to do that down here. Of course it could all get lost because I might have a pocket there once it's made into a cover. You never know, some of this will probably get lost, but just can't be sure how it's going to end up. And the other thing I wanted to do was a little bit of, possibly, oh I've got such sticky fingers, I'll just go there. Maybe do a little bit of stamping on some of the plainer areas. So let's see, what have we got? I've got a couple of stamp sets. I think this one might be quite a good one to use. I've got this stamp here, which is a bit like an ad, which maybe up here, maybe. Can't remember if I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't get the backing of this one, so I'm just going to do it as it is. Sorry, just going across grabbing my ink. So let's give this one a try. Okay, let's see how this one turns out. I'll put that up here. I don't know if you can see, hoping I'm still on camera with it. Let's try and rub it. It doesn't matter if it doesn't really come off perfectly. Oh yeah, that's quite nice. Right, there's that one. Okay, and What else could I use? Put something down here maybe. Got a few options. I think the one I want. Quite like to try. Hang on, let's see how it looks. This one here. It's like a piece of lace, like that. There. Maybe there. Or there. Maybe across there. Okay. Need a mat. Right, let's see. I'm not sure where to put it. Okay, going down. Okay. Ooh, that looks nice. It's a really nice stamp like that. Okay. So, I don't know if I need to put anything here, because chances are, when this is made into a cover, there's likely to be a pocket here. I'm almost certainly going to put a pocket on this side. So I don't know if I need to put anything on there. I think that might be enough now. Let's just get these bits out of the way and see how our pattern paper looks over the top. Okay, so this is the piece I've got. So I can either do it that way or do it more muted. No, I like it. I want it to show. So of course, not a lot. Things are only going to kind of glimpse through at the back from behind here. I think I need something up here. What should I put up there? Perhaps a bit more stamping. What can I do? What can I use? I've got this one. Does that tend to come off? Some of these are really hard to get off their backing. I'm going to be able to get it off. If not, I'll just do it as it is. I think I'll leave it on there. I'll take this one off. I've used this one. I think this one will come off as it's not going to interfere. I think I can get that one off. Yep. I'll put that there. So this could be, it's a bit like a, I'm not quite sure what that's meant to be. It looks like a bit like a lacy zipper or something. So if I put that across there, that might just show in the background. So, bit of ink. Okay. Let's see how this turns out. However it turns out, it'll be muted by the pattern paper. Right, I'm going to do it that way, or with that, or that way. Quite like the idea of the lace coming down, so I'm going to put it on that way. There we go. There we are. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. It's not too, it's actually quite nice. It's not too bright. not too bold. Alright, so that's that bit. Now the scary bit, trying to get this to stick on here. So I'm going to do it a bit by bit, and first thing I need to do is get a spare glue. Okay, got a new one just ready to hang because I think the other one's going to run out any minute. Alright, so I'm going to put it on like that. So first I'm going to, which side shall I start? Yeah, I think I'll start from this side and just do it a bit at a time. Wish me luck. I'm going in. I'm going to cover it with glue. I'm just going to do it a section at a time and hope I don't get too much, that it goes on fairly flat. Oh, what have I got on my hand? Looks like I've got some ink on my hand, which is now transferring onto there. Look, it won't, I don't think it'll show. Just wipe that off anyway. Right. Just trying to put these things where it's not going to make the paper wet. I have to put it somewhere where it's not touching paper, which is not easy. Otherwise I get little wet patches on my paper. Right. Okay. That's all glued up, so let's try that. See if I can lay it on without it getting... Okay. God. Okay, so far so good. Okay, that looks alright. Now let's do the next bit. I think this glue's, well, might be a bit left. A bit of life left in it, not a lot. Right. Let's do another section. Okay. Right. Ooh. Okay. That's looking okay. I think that's definitely gone. Let's do the new one. And the last section. So I've seen Rachel's done this quite a lot on, you know, she's done tags with this kind of thing, just doing it on book page or on even smaller things on index cards and that kind of thing. It's a favourite technique of hers, and I think it works really well. You can do it in all sorts of things, and it just, I saw her video. I will try and I will link the video where I saw this. Where I saw her doing this. I think she's done it on several occasions. And as soon as I saw her doing it, this came to mind, and I thought, oh, this will be perfect to do on my journal, and make quite a nice inside cover. So there it is. I think we've done it. Now I did wonder about whether to turn over the edges on this as well, whether that would make sense. It might do, because it all makes it stronger, doesn't it? Maybe that's what I'll do. Don't really need it to be quite as big as that, so I'll just trim some of it down, and then I'll I'll turn in the sides of this as well. I think it's... Right, just trim down to about 1/2 inch. I think that's enough on either side. Because these envelopes are not very thick. And I want it to be quite sturdy because of what I plan to do on the front of the journal. I'm planning to do a patchwork with fabrics, which again I haven't really done before. It's all very new. Trying things out. I did do a little patchwork pocket just to see, you know, how it worked out in my purple journal. So I know how to do it in principle, but how to do it on this larger scale I'm not sure, and I think I'll have to do it on a piece of fabric, a piece of white plain fabric, sew it all on and then glue it to my cover. I don't think I'll sew it onto here because I think that's just asking for trouble. I think I'll do it separately and then glue it on. Just cut off my corners. Yep, and that one. Okay. And just go along the sides here. Where are we? Okay, and then along here. Okay, so that one. On this side. And the corners aren't perfect, but it's not, I mean there's a couple of layers there, so it's not really going to be visible because it's going to be covered by the patchwork that I'm going to put over the top. But at least it just gives the edges that little bit of extra strength, I think. There we are. There. Ugh, this has all got to dry now. And I've got one other little thing. I don't know if it's... I may need to wait for it to dry first. But I also have just a little... where'd it go? Little piece that I printed out, which I've now lost. Of course, here it is. Ah, not printed out, stamped. I stamped it from this set, from the Crafty Individual set, which is with these lovely ladies on. And I wanted to put this little plaque up here. So it'd be on the inside of the front cover. So I thought that would look quite nice there. So that's, I'm just going to cut that out. Ugh, a bit stuck to it. So I'll just cut that out. But this will make quite a nice little, just a little thing on the inside. An extra embellishment. I quite like the way that you can see some of the detail coming through, but it's all nice and muted. I haven't decided yet whether I need to seal it with something like matte medium, which I might do off camera, of course. I think it will, just because this has got to dry anyway, and then it'll just be a case of running it over. I think Mod Podge, I've got that as well. I'll have to decide, but I think matte medium just keeps it matte. But I think because this is so thin, it could easily tear. I'm thinking I might need to just cover it just to seal this inside. So I think that's what I might do when it's dried. At the moment it's quite sticky, and I think I'll put this on afterwards. Yeah, so I might get a couple of little blobs of what's it called, the Nouveau drops in the copper penny. I'll do a couple of blobs on there where it looks like it needs little like little nail heads or something, or rivets that you want to go through there. So if I do a couple of little blobs of that when that's dry, and I'll put some matte gel medium over the whole of this inside cover to seal it. And so at the beginning of the next video I will show you that all finished, and I'll start work on the outside of the cover, which is choosing the fabrics and perhaps putting them together. I think I'll probably put the patchwork together on camera, but then I'll sew it off camera, because I don't think I'd be able to sew it on camera. It just would freak me out. I don't think I'm quite up ready for that yet. So that's my inside cover. I'm quite pleased how that turned out. I thought it might all come up all crinkly, or just not stick, or I don't know. I just didn't think it would work out, but you never know. So I'm quite pleased with that. I'm quite happy. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when I've uploaded my next video. I'm aiming to upload videos at the moment every Monday and Thursday. That's, I think, the pattern that's going to happen at the moment. I'm filming well ahead so I can keep on top of that regime. If I try to do it more often than that, I might not be able to keep it up, because I do sometimes have to take some time out from crafting for a few days if I have any issues, particularly with my shoulders. Every now and again I have to go, I have to give it a miss for a few days, so I don't want to fall behind on videos and then feel under pressure to do them. So if I can do them, just upload them twice a week, I should be able to keep up with that. So thank you for joining me. Please do join me again for my next video. Bye for now.